What is up, Bradford Bass family? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, I'm going to show you the upgrades I've done to my Lowe Stinger 175C. I've fished out this boat for probably about 3 to 4 months now, solid. So I put a lot of time into it, and there's things I like about the boat, and there's a couple things I don't like about the boat. And we'll talk about those things. But first, let me show you the upgrade. So here at the front of the boat, turn my phone around. I changed the trolling motor to a Minn Kota Ultrex. This is a 80-pound thrust, 24-volt, 45-inch shaft. I put a prop nut on here. This right here is the GT54 transducer Garmin. This is the LVS 34 LiveScope transducer Garmin. 2 10-inch graphs. I got a Garmin 106 SV here and here. They're both the same identical graphs. This one right here I use for my LiveScope. This one right here I use for my mapping. I've mounted those to a dual stack mount. I got this mount off Facebook Marketplace, a guy that makes them. It's worked out pretty good. Looks good, it's clean. The whole setup I feel like is very clean. I do all of my work myself, as you guys know. Same thing with my old boat. I don't take it nowhere. I did all this myself. Try to make everything look clean as possible. Try to hide as much cabling as I could, because I don't like having a bunch of wires just running every which direction. So turned out really good. I'm very happy with this whole setup. Got the motor sock on here. It's already starting to fade. The foot pedal, got one of the like kind of gel foot type things on there. Then the pull cable for the trolling motor I changed to the G-force handle. But that's really it on the front of the boat that I changed. So working my way here to the back. I know, guys, the boat's kind of, compartments are popped open and stuff right now. I just pulled a bunch of rod and reels out of the boat and tackle out of the boat. I took it in the house. But this compartment right here, I'm gonna pull this stuff out, is where I mounted a lot of the LiveScope stuff. This is the battery for it, at least. The battery's there. You can see the cables running up underneath. They go to the front of the boat. I hope you can see that. I try to keep everything tucked up out of the way, nice and clean. It took me a good amount of time to install this LiveScope. It's a pain in the butt to install. But I got a 50 amp hour lithium battery right there, charger. Then right here I have the on-off switch mounted for it. So really clean setup for the most part. Now I will change a lot of this eventually when I switch to lithiums, all lithiums in the back of the boat. But right now with the lead acids that came with the boat that are in there, there's just not enough room to get this battery in there. But when I go to all lithiums at some point here in the next couple of years, I plan to take this whole setup to the back of the boat as well, because lithiums are just smaller and it'll give me more room. Working to the front of the boat, or the back of the boat, I'm sorry. The console. Only thing I did here is I just added a Garmin 126 SV, a 12-inch. Super nice. This is the Ultra 2, super clean. It fits perfect there. It's plenty big enough. It's not too big, not too small. You can still see over the top of it. I feel like it's like the perfect size unit for your console. I did have to add a little bit of aluminum plating behind this piece right here to kind of beef it up to help support the weight of this. But overall, looks really good. Worked out really good. I've had no issues with it. I love this setup I have right now. I love the 112 with the 210s up front. Down underneath the seat, I don't know if you guys can see it, but that is where I have my black box set up for the LiveScope. And we'll talk about the LiveScope in another video, guys. I never really thought I'd probably have it on my boat, but I do now. And it's been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a pain in the ass. It's not very easy. Not nearly as easy as you may think, but we'll talk about that in another video. But that's where I got that mounted. And then in the middle between the two seats, I took out the third seat that it came with. I added a day box, recessed it down in there, and I cut in 2 cup holders. That is one thing about this boat. It's weird, like you coming from a tracker, trackers have like 1 million cup holders on their boats for some reason, and this boat barely had any. I think this is the only cup holder that this boat had was right here. And then it had 1 flip cup holder. So I put 2 more cup holders in, and that day box right there, guys, that's the same box I had on my tracker that I put in. That holds my keys, my wallet, my phone, stuff like that in there. Nice little box. So in the back of the boat, there's not too much really to show back there. I reconfigured the back compartment a little bit. I put a 3-bank charger in there. There was only a 2-bank that came with it. So I swapped that out, but it's super tight back here. I'll show you guys real quick. If I can get back here. It's tight in my garage. You guys see how tight it is back here. There is not much room, and that's why I can't get the LiveScope battery back here. But if you see this right here, just a 3-bank charger, I'm telling you guys, that thing is in there so tight that if it was another 1/8 inch bigger, it wouldn't fit in there. So it's tight back here, but I may do with it. Once I go to the lithiums, I think I can rearrange it enough to get another battery in there somewhere. That's my hope, at least. So that's the back of the compartment. As far as the trailer itself in the back, I added the ratchet tie-down straps on both sides. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I've done to the boat. Now, talking about the boat, how it's done for me so far, it's been good for the most part. Overall, it's good. The width of the boat, love it. Easy to fish out of. No issues there whatsoever. It's a great boat for 2 guys. I mean, you can fish 2 guys off the front deck alone. It's been great when it comes to that. The only probably complaint I have right now is the boat plows water a little bit. What I mean by that is just the front end of the boat, it likes to really dive down and plow water. Like it's not like my tracker. And that's even with it trimmed up. You know, it's a little bit of a wet ride, I'm not gonna lie. It's way more wet of a ride than I thought it was gonna be. It handles good, but it's just the way the hull design is. I don't get it, but it's not the best riding boat, we'll just say that. Like I said, it plows water. Now, there's some things I think that I can adjust on that to make it better, which are things I'm looking into doing. But it got even worse when I added the graphs and the trolling motor up front, put that much more weight up front. So it's got worse as I've done that. But I think if I reconfigure some weight around the boat, it'll help a little bit. But another thing is too, so this boat typically comes with a 60 horsepower motor, but it's rated for max 75 horsepower, which is what I have, the 75 horsepower. You can't get all the trim out of it for whatever reason. You bump it up a couple notches, you bump it up a couple spots when you're running wide open, and the front end just bounces so bad. Like, I feel like there's a lot more trim to be had to get out of it, which I think will ultimately give you more top end speed. Right now, myself, with barely any gear in this boat, before I even put the graphs or anything on the front, was running like the max I could get was like 36, 37 miles per hour out of it. I know there's guys out there that get 40, 41 out of it with a 75 horse. I'm a big guy, so that's probably has a lot to do with it as well. But me, full terminal load, me, another guy, all of our rods, reels, gear, all the graphs on the front of the boat now, I mean, I'm getting like 32, 33 tops. So not the fastest boat by any means, which it's fine, which I didn't think it was going to be. But I do think there's more to be had. Like I said, I'm part of a Facebook group for the Lowe Stingers. I know a lot of people that have that 75 horsepower motor seem to have the same problem with it bouncing really bad and not getting all the trim that they could possibly get out of it. I know a lot of people have had trim tabs add to it, which I guess takes away that problem. So I probably will be adding some trim tabs to it at some point. And then other people have raised the motor a hole as well. They said that's helped out a lot as well. So there are some things I'm going to adjust on the boat to try to get it performing a little better performance-wise. But overall, guys, I do love the boat. It's stable on the water. It fishes good. It's wide. It really, ultimately, that's what I cared about. You know, when I'm fishing, I want to feel secure. I don't want to feel like I'm 1 second from rolling in the lake. You know what I mean? So overall, love the boat. Have no complaints really about it. Just got to make a few minor adjustments with the performance, and it'll be exactly how I want her, guys. So that's all I got for this video. Everybody stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.